Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is 11th video of our Python basic series, and in this video we are going to learn about functions in Python, and we are going to also learn about how to take input from the user. So first we will learn about how to take the input from the user. So let's say we want to take a name of the user. So how can we do that? For that, here I am creating one variable, that is the name, and after that we will use input keyword. So input keyword is used when you want to take input from the user. So in this parenthesis you can pass any string you want. Example, for here I am passing like enter your name. Now I am going to print name variable. So you can see that it is asking for a name. So here we can see that in our name variable John name is stored, and after that it will print. Okay, now what we can do when we want integer input from the user, so let's look at that. Example, for we want to take age of the user, that is integer, that is a numerical value. So for that we have to pass int keyword, and after that input and parenthesis. Okay, so you can see that the main difference between string input and integer input is that you have to just pass integer in front of input. Okay, now in here we can also enter string like enter your age. My age is 18. So you can see that it is working correctly. Okay, so now we are going to talk about functions in Python. So what is a function? The basic meaning of function, that function is that a bunch of code or a bundle of code. So why do we need function? Example, for we want to create a huge software or a big software, in that we want to use a bunch of code or a bundle of code repeatedly or many times. So we can simply create a function of that code. So whenever we want to use that, we can just simply call that function. Okay, so let's see how can we create our function. So first I am going to erase all these things. Okay, so how can we define our function? For that we have a one keyword, that is called depth. After that you have to put a name of your function. Example, for here I am making hello, and after parenthesis and colon. Now press enter. Okay, so in our function you can write anything you want. Example, for here I am writing like this is our first function. Okay, so now I am going to run our code. So you can see that it is not giving us anything. Okay, so how can we get a inside content of our function? For that we have to call our function. So how can we call that? It is as simple as saying we have to just call like this. You can see that whenever I use a name of function and parenthesis, that means I want to call a function. So now you can see that it is printing the inside content of our function. Okay, so I want to print this many times, so I can just call this many times. So you can see that it is so easy. Okay, so now we learn about parameters in function. Okay, so let's look at that. So first I am going to erase all these things. Let's say we want to do addition of two numbers. So how can we do that? With help of function depth, here I am naming like add and parenthesis. In parentheses, we pass parameters or arguments. So let's say we want to do addition of two numbers. So here I am passing like a and b. Okay, two variables, and now colon. Now I want to do like this: print addition of two number is a plus b. Okay, so now I will call our function. Add inside I will add 5 and 2. So now run our code. So you can see that it is saying that addition of two number is 7. So okay, so I'm going to do like this: number 1 is a, print number 2 is number 2 is b. Okay, so guys, you can see that. Now I want to do addition of two numbers again. So it is simple as saying we have to just call this function again. Now I want to do addition of 10 and 8. So guys, you can see that. Okay, so another thing is, what happened if we pass 3 arguments here? So guys, you can see that it is giving us error that add function take two positional argument but 3 were given. That mean here we define 2 argument, only here we define 2 argument, and when we call our function that time we give 3 argument. Okay, so that time it will give us error. Okay, so you can simply just erase this, it will work correctly. Okay, so now we are going to talk about default parameter in function. So in some time example for, we want to create a addition. In that one value we want to set default. Example for depth at x and y is equal to 10. We want to set y is equal to 10 default. Okay, so we do not want to change the value of y. Now I am going to call a function add. Now I will only pass one value. Okay, so because in our function, in function definition, I already set y is equal to 10. Okay, so you can see that what happened if we pass two values in our function. Whenever we pass two values, you can see that it is giving us 25 answer, because 5 values are replaced with y is equal to 10. We can also do like this: x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 15. Okay, x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 15. So guys, that's our function, and if you have any question about function and how to take input from the user, just let me know in comment section below.